After recently going out in Venice, LA, I have decided that straight men don't add any value, like whatsoever. And I am in full support of the movement where women are saying, like, why are men not building things? Why are they not going to war? Why are they not doing something meaningful that they should be doing, like, in their place? Like, I'm sorry, what are men doing? Running around like headless chickens, trying to talk to girls, but not offering to buy drinks, not offering anything whatsoever. And then they're probably the same guys that would literally go behind a DJ booth and take up space, phones all up like this, when there should be like beautiful women standing there. Beautiful woman, when she's standing next to a guy, adds value automatically. If you got an ugly Dusty and then you have a beautiful woman standing next to him, automatically other women are gonna be like, oh, okay, well, who is he? And if he didn't have that context, they would not be thinking that. I don't know what the syndrome is in LA in particular that the men have adopted, this complex where they think that they're the main character, but like, I hate to break it to you, like, you're literally not. And I'm not even saying this in a rude way. There are so many men that I think in their own way are main character by literally knowing their place. They should be focusing on perfecting their craft, on their career, and doing all those fun, you know, attractive masculine things while creating the space for women to be the main character. I think that dynamic is really sexy to me. And I think that a lot of these men would have a much more successful time getting what they want at the end of the day, which is having a beautiful woman either go home with them or be a part of their life, if they respected that dynamic and understood that. And a lot of the men here, I don't know, you guys want to be us, you guys want to be behind the DJ booth looking all sexy. Well, it doesn't hit the same. I'm sorry, it does not hit the same seeing all of you behind the DJ booth or on the dance floor, just taking up space where you shouldn't be. Because the energy that I get from a lot of these guys in LA is that we should be the ones to be at their beck and call. We should be the ones buying the drink. I'm sorry, like, do I look like Alexander the Great? Like, no.
So I banned myself from dating apps. Like, after my last relationship, I was like, yeah, you're not getting dating apps. You're not, like, gonna get external validation, like that, whatever. Because I used to be, like, addicted. Like, I used to just love talking to people. Like, just fill my time with, like, talking to people because it's fun. And ultimately, that's how I learned how to, like, for the most part, like, not give a fuck what I say to people because, like, why should I overthink, like, what I'm telling you, honestly? You know what I mean? And then also my ex cheated on me on Hinge, so I was like, oh yeah, I don't want a dating app. But I crashed out last week, so then I was like, this, being in isolation, I'm just gonna download apps because I just feel like it. You know, like, I just want to talk to people. Like, why do I, every time I crash out, I suffer in silence, and then I'm good after? Like, I'm always good after, so it's like, why don't I just get a dating app anyways? Because I don't care. Also, my fuck friend was like, he was like, what if your husband's on a dating app? I was like, no. But he was like, yeah, I was distracting myself with girls to get over this other girl. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're on to something for real. Anyways, Hinge only lets you message 8 people at a time and you can't get more likes until you freaking message them back. It's bugging the shit.
So basically, women aren't as serious about settling down and looking as they claim to be.
So I've literally been talking about this situation for like 2 weeks now, and just the other day I was talking about how I wanted to stop at that house for my package, and then my boyfriend's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the house down the street that has my package. And they're like, why would the house down the street have your package? I've literally been talking about this for 2 weeks to you. Are you listening? It drives me nuts.
Why in the world have you been talking about a situation for weeks when you could just go get the package? What are we doing?
I believe in courting.
I love courting.
I believe
like,
that men are supposed to give you gifts.
Yes,
take you
if they want you,
on
they will
dates,
show that.
Take you out, show you off.
Yeah.
I believe that all of that needs to occur before you give, you know, anything of yourself, especially your body, your energy, your time.
Oh my god, I so agree.
They don't deserve. They don't bring back yearning. Exactly. Should be like,
please,
man,
please on their knees.
Please.
And you're like,
I am so happy that I have the type of man that I have. Why I lock my dumb ass out the house? I'm like standing outside with my little, and I lock myself out of the house. So I'm rushing. I have my purse, the waters, the snacks, everything. Whenever I'm coming to the garage, I just like turn the little knob or whatever, and it locks the door. didn't even grab the keys. Luckily, my car was unlocked, so I was still able to like get in my car and I could sit down and stuff like that. So I called my man. I'm panicking. I'm mad. I'm telling him I locked my keys in the house, and he asking me all kind of questions. I'm pissed. I got an attitude and everything, but he remains calm. He said, "Babe, just send an Uber, and I'm gonna give them the key. They could bring you the key in a few minutes." But nah, I'm trying to do a break and enter, and I'm trying to get through the window and stuff. Nothing is working out. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, tell them bring the key. So we called the Uber. They already picked up the key. They'll be here in about 10 minutes. I'm just like, oh my God, thank you for such an amazing man. And I'm so grateful that he didn't snap back on me, because I was popping it. And I mean, it's not even his fault. I was just like really irritated. So, I'm gonna have to make that up. But yeah, get you a man who is like a problem solver, and he's calm when you're irate, because y'all both can't be out here acting crazy.
As an FYI, women be running their mouth about domestic labor and chores and how much stuff they be doing, and they always leave out stuff like this. A man, on a regular basis, has to take care of this type of stuff. Oh, I'm just a girl, I forgot. This happens a lot more than you would probably think.
Women were created for men. We were made to be helpmeets. The order is God, Christ, man, woman. We're always supposed to go from our father's houses to our husband's houses. Biblically speaking, we are the weaker vessel. We need a hedge of protection. We were never supposed to be independent women. And God loves things decently and in order. It's not the other way around. The man can protect himself. Women, we need help. We were created for one man, not multiple men. That's why a lot of times women are so crazy, because they deal with multiple men, multiple spirits. It's supposed to be one flesh with your husband. Never multiple one-night stands, never multiple boyfriends. One flesh, one husband. Now, you may not like the purpose, but that's why you were created, sis.
I want to talk to the ladies that say they're not dating, but they don't have a valid reason why they're not dating. They're just not dating. I want to know, why are you telling yourself that you don't have time to be bothered, or you just don't want to date? Or even you don't even tell yourself anything, you just choosing not to date. I want to know why. Now, this is for only the sisters that's saying that, yeah, I would like to be in a relationship, but I ain't got time to be bothered. If you don't have time to be bothered, I understand. But what's bothering you? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say these men ain't about nothing, right? It's not true, ladies. If you keep telling yourself the same story, you're going to get the same result. So I want to encourage you that if you want to know how to properly attract the right man, you got to do something else. And it's not saying what you're saying. Like and follow this channel for more tips.
She's lying about the boots. It's all fake. The whole story's made up. It's all promotion. It's all to make you buy those ugly, cheap-ass boots, because they know girls is the type of target audience to fall for such spite and pettiness. You bit dumb.
Women, have you ever noticed the difference in yourself between having an orca guy who's a red flag versus having an orca guy who's a green flag? With the red flag guy, it's like, yes, you had one and it like might have been good, but you're like tired afterwards. Like, you want to go to bed, you're like depleted. It was good, but you're like, I gotta sleep. With a green flag guy, you are invigorated for the day. You have life force energy. You are like, thank you for this, I will take this and add it to my already fabulous life. Isn't it amazing, the difference? It's like both ways you have one, but like your soul knows the difference.
These modern women, they're not going to leave anything to the imagination. Not one thought, not one thing.
Like, we really in a fan age. We're telling can you please stop coming to the gym ass naked? Starts a public discourse, a public roar. Like, all we want to do is come to the farm and work out, but no. The leg press machine got to look like a fasting couch because bitch is literally at the gym in lingerie. Like, what the fuck talking about? Then a bitch look you in your eyes and tell you it's not bothering anybody. I'm uncomfortable. What the fuck? Are we at Myrtle Beach or LA Fitness? Help me understand. Help me understand why you feel the need to come outside damn near naked. What is it about Why are you fighting so hard to literally just go in public service ass naked? Like, that's essentially what the fighting for. Like, this is, if that is important to you as a person, you are one privileged piece of shit. Because out of all the bills, death, institutionalized systematic racism and imperialism, and you want to put your time and emotions to fighting for people to be able to come to any public event ass naked. Short so fight up her ass, she got a fart for them to come off. I get the fuck my face.
Hi, this is to the guys, okay? And the guys only. Girls, you can stay too and give your opinion. But when you look at me, do it look like I'm a dumbass? Like, seriously. When you look at me, do you get the initial urge to want to treat me like shit? Why the f is all these niggas treat me like shit? I don't treat myself like shit. I don't give them more than one chance to treat me like shit. Treat me like shit. Bye, you're gone. But like, do I just got like it written on my forehead? Seriously. The fuck going on?
Girls are tired. The girls are tired of the boys. What do? We've already gotten our degrees. We are already making our 6 figures. What do we do now? Should we?
Okay, I had to like hop on here and tell y'all because I was telling a friend of mine and she's like, that is hilarious, which I did not find it funny at the time. But so I went on a date a while back with this guy and I don't know, he's 35, 36, 37, I don't know. And he asked me, he's like, so what do you like to do in your free time? And I was like, well, you know, I like to like travel, like go places that I haven't been before, you know, when I'm not working, which is normally 7 days a week. That's what I like to do. So what do you like to do? He's like, yeah, he's like, I go home after I see my patients and I normally work out and play video games. This grown man with a credit score, a whole practice of his own, goes home and plays video games. And I mean, it's like crickets. I was like, oh, is that like every weekend? Like every day after work? He's like, yeah, normally, I mean, I'm like, oh dear God, guys, we're gonna have to like, this is horrible. This, like, what is this world, this generation coming to?
How many times I gotta tell you, gay ass, stop adding men into the conversation. Stop putting stud and men in the same conversation. Oh my God. You know what? Usually I be on the stud side all the time when it comes to this shit. But this time, no. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause what the fuck you mean the men are trying to dress like oh my God. What does that even mean? We is bitch dressing like niggas. So now we gonna Uno reverse it and say that they dressing like us. Stop it. For real. Oh my God. Like, it gets to a point, bitch. Here y'all go. No, the studs adopted the men's style and made it their own. Okay. Okay. I can see where you going with that, but I need somebody to explain to me what stud style is. What is that? Like, what exactly is that, bro? Like, I'm not on y'all side right now. I'm not. I don't give a fuck. Then here go the niggas. Who are they trying to? Men trying to dress like studs, but who are they trying to be like? That pissed me off. Okay, because I'm not. We ain't trying to be men. Oh my God. See, this is what I say. That's one reason. They say shit like that whenever you add men and stud in the same sentence. They don't belong in the same sentence, G. I digress.
Okay, but what are these women doing to y'all that makes you guys feel like you have to apologize before you give a woman a compliment? Like, there's so many men that they say, I'm really sorry and I don't want to be offensive and you know, I have sisters but I just want to let you know you just look so beautiful today. Like, thank you, honey. Thank you. And they just feel like they have to preface it or they feel bad. If these girls are making you feel creepy, if some girl thinks that you're creepy because you call her beautiful, she's an idiot. Not all women are this scared and so much stuck in a victim mentality, okay? Chivalry is not dead. Stay healthy out there.
So real quick, I had made a quick stop to 7-Eleven, and this guy was like, hey, cool earrings, because, you know, they're airplanes. And I was like, thanks. I wear them because, you know, I'm fly. You get it? Because airplanes, they fly. Plane. This is why I'm single, isn't it? Yeah. All right, well, then y'all have a good day. Bye.
Here recently, I was asked a very, very brilliant question, and it is, what do you do if, in fact, your husband is over the finances and something gets cut off or disconnected? And I love this answer. Well, I love the question because I was like, well, give it to him. So, anywho, in the event that it does happen, my suggestion is this. One, go ahead and shoot him a text message, let him know the utility company came and dropped a note on the door, the lights are off. We're having pizza over candlelight tonight for dinner. Two things is going on in his head. Why didn't you tell me that your bill was due when in fact it's his responsibility? And also, why is she not going off? Go with me to the Bible. Do you recall when Jesus walked up on the woman at the well? In fact, he told her truth. He mentioned to her that she had multiple husbands, but the water that she was looking for, he had it available, and he spoke truth to her. He didn't demean her or call her names or even beat around the bush as to what this woman had already been experiencing in her life. But he used that opportunity in order to invite her into a life of salvation and a higher understanding as to who was standing in front of her asking for water. I say all that to say this. You have the opportunity, one, to either tear him down, emasculate him, and berate him for everything that he has done wrong as far as getting the lights cut off. Or you can allow him the opportunity to course correct. He already is on himself. He's already down on himself because he knows that the lights are off. It's his financial responsibility to pay the bill, whatever late fee it is, to get the lights cut back off. But here's the lesson. One, you don't have to tear somebody down in order to make a point. And two, he got the point even before he made it home. Even before he made it into the house, ate the pizza over candlelight with you and the kids. He got the point, and he will never forget to pay the light bill again. I promise you.
So this is just something that I just want to speak on because it's just a video that just I seen on Facebook or something about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful young lady that Boosie just had a baby with. I think her name is Rajel. She's so pretty. She just had a beautiful looking little baby. But she is on there saying she has been saying numerous times that she wants to be married. She wants to be married. She wants to be a wife. But she is with this man who has constantly said that he doesn't want to be married. And she wanted to be married before she had a baby. And now she didn't had a baby and she's still not married. So she's saying now before she has baby number 2, if she has any more children, she wants to be married. And that's fine. That's fine and dandy and that's cool. But I just feel like we as women, we do certain things to ourselves. We do certain things to ourselves because it's no fault to Boosie. If he doesn't want to be married, that is his right, not wanting to be married. Like, that's okay. Not everybody wants to be married. But as a woman, if you're seeking to be a wife, you have to seek for a man who wants to be a husband. Boosie does not want to be a husband. He just wants babies. And that's fine because there are women that are okay with that. But if you're constantly saying you want to be a wife, you want to be a wife, you want to be a wife, and this man is saying he doesn't want that, you cannot force him to be a husband to you. Just because if you guys get married doesn't mean he's gonna be a husband. It takes much more to be a husband and a wife than having a wedding, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. It takes more to that. I just don't understand why we as women sometimes go after a man trying to make him into something that we want and not something that he wants. I'm not saying that people cannot change, but when people have showed you who they are numerous of times, like, what are you to do? Like, you can't force this man to marry you, and now you've had this baby, you're still not married. Why? Like, a lot of women, they lose all of their youth to a man who doesn't want what they want. Like, there's plenty of men out here who want to be a husband, And there's plenty of men who don't want to be a husband, and that's okay. Like, but we can't force things onto people because that's what we want, because you like somebody and you want to force what you want on them, but that's not what they want. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, you just gonna end up with a broken heart when you know. It's like women, we think so emotional sometimes. We don't think with our actual brains. Like, a lot of these men show us who they are before we even get in too deep with them. So, like, baby, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's sad to see, because I see she's saying she wants to be married. But Boosie 40 something years old, and I think she's around my age, in her early 30s or late 20s. He don't want to be married. Like, if a man is 40 knocking on 50 years old and he's not trying to get married, he not gonna get married to you just because, you know, you're a beautiful young girl. But that don't mean nothing to a man, especially a man with money. Like, a man with money, that's even more harder for them to get married, because they thinking you after they bag. So, like, ladies, be smart. Find somebody who is equally yoked with you in the way you think and your traditions and your morals, and just do that.
And another thing, the men's is dressing like studs now.
The men's is dressing like studs now.
The men's is dressing like fucking studs.
Lady, what the fuck you talking about? How the fuck imitating that's imitating us? How is that possible? The purpose of a stud is to be a female that dress and act like a dude. So how the fuck is us as imitating the that's dressing and acting like, I don't, what the fuck? Are you confused, nigga? How many screws loose you got up there, gang? The fuck ain't ticking? I may sound a little angry, but I'm not. But that really did piss me off, so maybe I am angry. I'm just as confused as her at this point. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? People open this camera and just folk. What is you talking about? What?
Should a relationship be built more off of respect for each other or love for each other?
Oh, that's simple. If a woman doesn't respect a man, it's game over.
So it don't matter if she love him or not. She don't.
Bro,
so it
if
needs
a
to
woman,
be built off
she
respect.
has to be able to respect the man. That's what's going to allow her to follow his lead. Because if she doesn't respect him, if she can't look at this man and be like, man, he crushes it in life. He has a great career. He's making great money. He's a great dad to my kids. This and that, da-da-da. If she can't say that, then that's when she looks at the man like how we've been talking, how women look at dudes, like a partner or an equal. A woman shouldn't be looking at a dude as an equal, because we ain't equal.
That's
ain't nothing equal about men and women.
What you just said is the only thing I will agree with all night. Because if I can't look at you and say that I love the way you nurture and lead and take care of us, and you care and love, I can't respect you. Right. That right there is most definitely key. I have to most definitely respect you first.
Right.
And love will either be included, or it will be added on to the relationship, because respect is key.
The problem with her response is that what he said and what she heard are two different things. What she's hearing is, I want that man to be a simp and do whatever I want. Then I'm gonna respect him. And it don't work like that.
So this may or may not turn into a series that I will call Tales of a Matchmaker. After talking to thousands of people over the last few years about dating, I have collected a lot of data, and I have heard quite a bit. One of the things I heard more often than I would have anticipated from clients was, no bald men. And I was surprised by this, because really? Really? Let's talk. Of all the things, I get that one could have a preference for hair. However, are we really going to rule out a whole wonderful group of people because they no longer have hair? Because let me tell you, that guy you may or may not end up with that has hair might not have it forever. Shocking. Are you going to leave them? Because if so, therapy. immediately. Furthermore, as I stand up for my glistening-headed brothers, did we not all have the same awakening in the 90s or thereafter whenever you saw this movie? No? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Did we not all have that same awakening? Because I've been into Pharaoh since the 90s. So keep on shining, brothers. And let's remember that what's in their hearts is way more important than what is on top of their head.
Oh, I really want a man to see me for my soul. Okay. If he's bald, immediate ick. Y'all gonna be alone forever, man.
Never understood a woman who talk crazy to a man like most dudes can't pick you up and throw you through a fall. Like, some of y'all need to remember, every time you talk silly to a guy, you're essentially leaving it up to him on whether or not he takes it there or not, if that makes sense. I'm not for domestic violence. Sometimes y'all need to remember that men are way stronger than you, and you're almost leaving it up to him or leaving it up to Faith that he won't smack a hole through your face.
Alright, so before I get into my video, what's up guys, it's Tay Tay Baby. I don't condone violence. I don't condone violence. I do not like violent women. I do not like men putting women down, hitting them, any type of harm. But I also come from LA. I watched one time when I was younger, we were all sitting in a group setting and there was some guy that was there in a smoke sesh and some girl decided to call him a B word, and in front of everybody, y'all, he smacked her. And I don't mean like a little bit, like I'm talking about full-blown backhand, Ike Turner style. Of course, some people like threw themselves in the mix and all that stuff, but I was like, what the hell? I tried to do the same thing, y'all. Try to defend the girl and all that. But at the same time, where I come from, words can get you hurt. That's why I always tell people, be careful. Example, you guys see me on the podcast. I have no beef with Kiko. Nothing's wrong with her. Me and her squashed it. But at the time, she was threatening to put her hands on me and just start a fight. You meet somebody like me and you talk like that recklessly, you're going to get the worst type of encounter with me. Because why are you threatening me for? Why are you saying you're going to fight me? You can have a conversation with me and I will try to understand where you're coming from because at least you're trying to reason with me. You threaten me, you're going to get the worst side out of me. But again, I was raised in that environment, so it's very hard for me to relax. I don't like those words. Those are fighting words.
So this message is for my future husband. I just wanted to let you know that this summer I will be outside so that you will actually be able to find me. I have made my way from just being in the house and being hidden. I'm going to be outside for this summer. So if you were looking for me, I'm outside. What the fuck is? And why is it all burnt up and smoked up like that there? What the hell is even that? Why is it ate up like that? Who done barbecued the animal? What's going on? Basically, women, we all control the world. If women just stop having sex with men, they would do better. But since they have access to us so easily, it's like they're like, I don't have to do anything because I always have a woman to call on. But imagine if no man had a woman to call on. I really don't think women understand the power that they have out here. Like seriously. And I understand because like I said before, I had to figure this out. I was never taught this. I'm teaching my mom this. Like, men are basically saying that women control their mind simply because we have what they need in order to survive, which is smex. Men need smex like a hunger, like thirst. We don't. So if a man is naturally craving what you have in between your legs, that means you have the power to control him. But we were never taught this. Figure it out.
This is why a lot of modern women get in trouble. They're thinking that they're the only ones that hold any type of power because of that little thing in between their legs. And they forget, hey, maybe I need some protection. Maybe I need the strength of a man because I physically, even though I yap about it, I can't do it. So you can have that little thing that you have, that little power, but you also need to understand that you need the physical strength and protection of a man. You have a blessed day.
If you want to know if you halfway decent looking, just open up the camera on TikTok and watch the sound that it pick for you.
Should I kill myself?
I'm about to crash out a little bit. Ugh, I downloaded a Christian dating app, and the second I started scrolling, guess who was in my ear? The Holy Spirit. I love you. But he was telling me to get off the app and to trust him and his timing. And you know what? I am trusting in his timing, but I'm just so... I just want to be in love, you know? I just want to love. I want to love somebody, and I want to be in love, and I want to... Where's my best friend at? Where are you at, sir? Hurry up. I love you already. I don't even know who you are. So if you could hurry up, please, that would be nice.
Men, here's my biggest word of advice for you. If you start to like a girl, okay, do not get ahead of yourself and do not make her the center of your life. She's just a woman. She's not your make or break. She's not the only thing that's going to define you in your life. I know you're excited. I know you love her. I know it's great. But do not make a woman the center of your life, because a woman doesn't want to be the center of your life. She wants you to be the center of your life. She wants to see you putting in work, making yourself better, working on yourself, having hobbies, having goals, having dreams, all of that. She does not want to see you only investing time and everything into her, because how is she going to benefit off that? What is she going to learn from you? What is she going to take away from you? How is she going to feel protected and like she can trust you if you're only focusing on her? That makes no sense. If you're not working on yourself and building yourself and you completely drop everything and all your responsibilities just because you want to be with that woman, she's going to stop liking you. You need to make her a priority, but don't make her the only priority. Make yourself a priority. Make your hobbies a priority. Other things that keep you going in your life, because if you lose that woman, you're going to have nothing. So do not forget yourself while you're trying to navigate this new relationship with her. Hope that makes sense.
Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but just because you have multiple baby daddies does not mean that you are less valuable. It does not mean that nobody will date you, okay? It just means that you need to refine your dating standards, because there are men out there like this who will say to you that you are less valuable because you have multiple children with multiple men. But at the end of the day, men who do that, I really qualify them as my sisters.
Well, maybe you and your baby daddy need to go to therapy and leave everybody else alone.
Men who are not pieces of don't give a when you talk bad about the shits. Men who are not pieces of don't give a when you talk bad about the shits. So if he's triggered talking about, well, not all of us, it's not my fault. You've just picked shit. So guess what, babe? You're a shitty man. You're a shitty man. Not all, but enough.
Maybe not, but you guys tend to say a lot of wild stuff about the entire population of men. And when somebody calls you out, you get upset.
I'm just here to rant. When men get accused of being I'm like, oh, I thought they were. I'm not too quick to believe allegations, cause these females will lie. And the hardest allegation to be is the allegation. Cause all you really need is, as soon as you get that one person to say it, now everybody said, I knew, I peeped, I can't stand them people. Oh, now you know everything, huh? Yeah, I knew he would. Come on, bro. I can't stand them people. One person say something, now they, you know what? I peeped it, I just didn't want to say. Man, nah, because these females, they will lie and say that a man is just because they mad or something, or just because that is such a hard allegation to be, especially when the internet is so stuck on, oh, if he get mad, that means he did it. Well, if he stay quiet, I'm going to get a little curious. You better stand up for yourself. That's a allegation. That's You know what I'm saying? So I don't never believe them allegations. I gotta see hard evidence, and I'm not talking about text message, because you can fake text message. You can literally change the name and the phone, and then be text. You can literally text yourself and delete messages. No. I need 4K proof. I gotta see it. Cause people lie all the time.
You know how people will be like, I'm the baddest, I'm the finest, I could bag anybody. I'm not delusional at all about my looks, okay? I think I'm cute, but I know I'm not everybody's type, and that's okay. My personality, though, I'm delusional as hell. Put me in a room one-on-one with anybody, I bet you I could bag him. Argue with your mammy. I bet she love me, too.
A man who's making 500,000 will easily date a girl who's making 200,000, but a woman who makes 500,000 would never even gonna look at the guy who makes 200,000.
You're right. I don't have my life together at 32, but at least I don't have 3 different baby daddies.
I think the issue is men are scared to hold other men accountable. If y'all were to correct each other the way y'all should, oh my gosh, like the world would just be so many steps forward. Like,
what she really means is y'all need to correct these men how a woman would want you to correct these men.
I want a platonic guy friend who don't play about me, like corrupt and never call me. But instead, every time I think I'm cool with a guy, here he comes trying to make a move on me. Like, can we just be friends?
Somebody in the comments said, so you want a security guard?
Hey sis, meet me on the porch. At this point, I need everybody to meet me on the porch. I need the black women, I need the white women, and I need the black men. This is some seriously real shit. I am utterly disturbed by, and I am just tired because I don't understand why there's this major attack on black women. So this video, if it goes into a part 2, not a problem. I'm about to ram it up. I was in the barbershop today, and it was a young black male come in there. He might have been between that 22 to 24 age group. Very handsome, very, very handsome. So I believe he's might have just been coming back from college or graduating or whatever the case may be, because they were happy to see him when he came in. So he sits down, and so they're just talking, what's going on, and he's giving an update. He's graduated, he's got an engineering degree. Oh my God, I'm over there on the proudness. I'm in the background, I don't know him, I'm just kind of sitting down listening to what he's saying. So the barber begins to get filled in on him. What's been going on, this and that. He says, I'm coming back, I'm getting married. So everybody, like, great. And I'm so on the side being so nosy and over there like a proud auntie. I don't even know this young man, right? So they start to kind of converse amongst each other, and they're talking. And so the young man says, yeah, I'm having a little problem. It's a lot going on because I'm marrying a white woman. And my family, they're not too happy about it. So the barber and everybody was like, oh, well, to each his own, and this, that, and the other. So the barber was just kind of speaking to him, and he said, hey, where'd you meet her? And he said, oh, I met her in college. And he was like, oh, okay, because, back in the day, you had all the girls. What made you decide that she was the one? Like, what made you want to marry the white girl or the white woman? No, with no disrespect. So what this young man said after that is what just literally took me out the game. As a black woman, as a black mom, in general. So he says that, he come from, of course, the hood and had a hard knock life, just with one mom and no dad. And that same shit, don't nobody I hate the fact that is such a stereotype. We hate it too. But so he goes off to say that when he went to college, it was a college that was mixed, but more so of a white college. And he start, meeting up with white friends, and, they introduced him to another whole world that he didn't know existed, and the young girl, she became a friend and then introduced him to their family. And when he goes over there, they're all married. The parents is married, and they have a really good home, and they do things together, and they communicate. It's just a good energy, a good vibe. And this man said, I never knew this side of life. my life was always loud and chaotic and always disruptive with my family. So the young man said, you know, he would go over there and they would go on vacations. They would have Sunday dinners. You know, when they had cookouts, there was no fussing, no fight, no arguing. It was just all love and vacations. I was thrown at what this young man was saying in regards to what he seen and what he witnessed being with this young lady and this new side of life. And so he said that, you know, when he seen it, he started thinking about all of the chaos that his life was. You know, it was always baby mama drama and fussing and fighting, and they'll get together as a family and it'll be a fight, and the drunk uncles, the drunk mamas, you know, he was like, my aunt and uncles, they all on welfare and always scheming and always fussing and fighting, cussing, you know, trying to hook up with this dude and that dude. And it's just all these black women, just all that seemed like that's all I was raised up under. That's all I seen. That's all I know. And then I get to the white woman and it's different. And what he said after this is what really broke me. He said, you know, it's like when I came home the last time, he said, and I was in my family's event, it was nothing but chaos. He said the women, they in house shoes and bonnets, you know, they ghetto acting. He said, and I love them, but I don't love it. And he said, being with my white girlfriend, fiance, and her family, he said, you know what it's like? And this is what got me, ladies. He said, it's like if you're in a crowded room and you're surrounded by chaos and just everything, and everything is just chaotic and noisy and loud and disruptive, and you take some headphones and you put the headphones on and you can drown everything out, because when you put the headphones on, it's quiet and it's peace. He said, that's what my fiance is to me and her white family. That whiteness, he said, they're my headphones and they are my peace. He said, and then black women in my black side of the family, they are the noise. They are the chaos. They are the noise.
If you really listen to what he's saying, everything that he wanted to be said, he said that. And if you comprehend it, what he's really saying is, man, I love my mama, I love my family, but it's just too much chaos for me. I went away to college, I found X, Y, and Z, and it just happened to be what I started dating. That's what men want. When I put on my headphones, all of the noise goes away. All of the nonsense, I don't have to worry about that. It blocks out all of the noise. And what do you hear a lot of men say? I just want peace. That's it.
Basically, TikTok is my place where I just vent, and I need it. I teach 7 or 9 classes today, and I'm literally on the verge of a mental breakdown. I got married not even a year ago. And the man I fell in love with is not the man I'm married to today. They're not the same person. I don't even know where the one I got engaged to is. He's probably lost on his life. Basically, I saw a TikTok yesterday that said every single relationship that is successful has at one point been a dumpster fire. When does it go out? When does a dumpster fire go out? I've been living this for what, like 8 months, 6 months now? Yeah. I'm called a nag. I'm a man. I'm too high maintenance. Oh, but I'm about to be cured too. All the things. And my favorite is I'm told I'm a nag and controlling when I say that his drinking is an issue, which it is. For my birthday, when I asked for him to be sober. Because when he's sober, he is the nicest, most caring person I've ever met. When he drinks, oh my god. Gun to my head, wouldn't go and be stuck in a room with him. Couldn't do it. It is like raising a 180-pound child that becomes incompetent and an asshole the second there is a drop of liquor involved. Beer, liquor, doesn't matter. And here I am, sitting here. Last night we got in a fight, and all I was looking for was, I voiced what bothered me and how it made me feel. And all I was looking for was him to either acknowledge it and try to make it right, or own up to it and apologize. What I did, I got told to shut the fuck up. And why do I always do this when I was speaking and wasn't being spoken back to? So how to make someone that's already feeling hurt more hurt? By ignoring them, right? And then he said, this was the biggest waste of my fucking... Yep. So where am I? I'm in the dumpster fire, and someone just poured gasoline on it, and I'm just sitting here, like, what the fuck? What is going on? Yeah. Basically, I do nothing to our relationship. I do nothing to make his life easier. I'm told all the things. Yesterday, I was told that, he just wants to be done with this. Like, this is the worst relationship he's ever been in. Okay. on the note on the coffee table, literally saying how I feel and how a marriage should be in my eyes, where they're your best friend, your ride or die. Someone who is your emotional support, your physical support, your mental stability, everything. Good days, bad days, all of them, right? No, that's not what I have at this point. The most frustrating part was, so long story short, we had a family cat, 2 of them. There's only 1 now. And the day the cat died was super unexpected. So obviously it threw me in for a loop, right? Never had a pet die other than a goldfish. And basically, when this happened, I come home, I'm crying. He literally looked at me and then walked away. Not even a hug on a bad day. On his bad days, I've been there. No questions asked. Made sure that he was taken care of. And when I have a bad day, I'm told I need to toughen up. Yeah, I need to toughen up. Says the one whose life was handed to him on a platter when, like, he doesn't even clearly care or know how much of a jab that puts. So basically, I'm posting this to say, the girl who made the video about the fucking stir fire, when does it fuck? Because I can't live like this the rest of my fucking, I won't. The frustration that I feel right now. Because the best part is, and I told my husband this last night, I was like, the person I fell in love with, that version of you, wherever he is, I want him back. Like, I literally said, I'm like, he would literally beat the shit out of you for treating me like this. And then he told me to shut the fuck up once again. Get married, they say, it's fun, they say. Nope, don't get married, don't get engaged, don't have a family, don't do it, don't do it. This is me, being 25, realizing I think my midlife crisis is literally a divorce. Because I'm married to an alcoholic who understands that he hurts me when he's sober, but then the drink is always more important. So yeah, love this. Anyways, I'm going to get Imaja because I deserve it. And then I need to go act like my life is normal and rainbows and butterflies to go teach however many fucks today, and all I want to do is stretch my crevices. The dumpster fire. I see no end. I told him he needs to figure out what he wants. If it's his marriage, then things need to change. Like weeks ago, months ago, they need to change. And if he doesn't want this, I said, great, call your prenup lawyer and file the fucking first. Whatever you want, I will agree to it. I don't care. I just know what I deserve, and I know I need to be treated better, whether it's by you or someone else. Yeah. So, I hope your Friday and your weekend is going a hell of a lot better than mine. Yeah. It's like I'm going to sleep at my mom's house for the foreseeable future. I'll just get a hot tub. I bring the dog. Yep, this is where we're at. This is 25 and my dumpster fire of a marriage. Yep.
Well, I watched a lot of your video and some other videos. Obviously, the women in the comments were saying he's terrible, he's a piece of trash, but we didn't necessarily address what it was that she was doing in the relationship. And if you listen to this video, she is actually capable of nagging, and that's exactly what she's doing. I watched some other videos, and that's exactly what she's doing. Within about a span of a minute or two, she said maybe like 2 or 3 things to him back to back. Like, leave me alone, I'm in the kitchen. But y'all will get on him, y'all will talk bad about him for the things that he says, which, not condoning him for saying those things, but y'all will completely absolve the woman from the stuff that she's doing. Amazing.